Communication. Communication is everything. It is who we are and how we are in the world. It is how we relate to one another, how we share our ideas, thoughts, emotions, and who we are. It is the basis of all our interactions within small groups and large. We are communicating the ways we hold our bodies, the positions of our arms, the smiles we share or don't share. It is in the eye contact that we make, which is very crucial if you're speaking, to make eye contact. Just try spending the day with a toddler or who can't fully express their needs, or dating someone from another country and who doesn't speak your language, and you'll soon find out just how frustrating it can be when you don't communicate properly with somebody. Since communication is so important, it would make sense to want to do it effectively. This means getting your point across, sharing your ideas in ways others can understand, being relatable and direct. Public speaking can be quite intimidating. Many people even have a phobia of it. It's one of the top 10 fears for Americans. Yet, it is a skill we can learn and develop just like any other skill. Making sure you're being heard, that you have the proper microphones or acoustics is a key element. Knowing the space and location is super important. For instance, I decided to go out on a limb and do my speech outside today, and there are all sorts of unexpected noises, birds chirping, airplanes overhead, dogs barking, and now I'm living with it and going with it. But if you can know these things ahead of time, it would be better to avoid them. You want to limit the amount of motions you do with your hands. You don't want to be fidgeting with your hair. You don't want to appear nervous by doing things like that. You don't want to use a lot of filler words such as which is a hard one to get away from. And you don't want to shuffle back and forth on your feet too much because it can be very distracting for the crowd. You can use your hands to add emphasis, but make sure that your movements are intentional and not just all over the place like jazz hands. It's also important that you use the right tone and volume for your voice so that people can hear you and that you don't sound too monotone. And you want to know who you're speaking to. There is a huge difference in doing a speech for a funeral than doing a speech for work. And if it is a more lighthearted event, it's good if you can add a little levity to the situation. Try throwing a joke in there every once in a while. Or an icebreaker so that people can feel like they can relate to you. Keep in mind that when you're speaking, people are not just absorbing your words. They're actually absorbing your body language, your tone, your nonverbal communication, a lot more than your words, it turns out. So it's a good idea to practice your speech many, many times, and so that you feel comfortable in your body while you're sharing it. It's good to come off as confident by standing up straight and with your chest open. You don't want to cross your arms, you don't want to fidget with your hair or your glasses. And the more confident you feel, the better your speech is going to be heard by people, because people respond to confidence. They even say you can do some Superman poses ahead of time if you need to more fully feel alive in your body and feel confident. I don't know if it works, but it's a good thing to try. For some speeches, it's good to have a PowerPoint to go along with it, especially when doing it online. And if you are going to use a PowerPoint or visual aid, keep it very simple, very clean and clear, because people get exhausted by too much visual stimulus and then they don't pay attention to what you're saying. Most importantly, have a positive disposition and share your authentic self, and the audience will hopefully find some relatability and enjoy what you're saying. Thank you for listening.